I just finished shooting 2 videos, and then I thought about something that my son said this morning, and I thought, he's bilingual, by the way, so he makes mistakes in Swedish that they get me thinking, right? So I thought this might be something that you need to know about, and I'm talking about hus and vid. So let's just quickly make a 3rd video here, no cuts, although I did start the video a few times already. But hey, allihopa! Hi everyone, and welcome to another video from Say It in Swedish. We're talking about hus and vid today, and hus is something we use when we are at someone's place, where someone is. Hus, and it means like, jag är hos mamma, I'm at my mother's. Alright? We only use it for this. But the home or the place can also shift a little bit. So if my mother is on her deathbed in the hospital, it's even if it's not her home, it's where she is and where I expect her to be. I can use jag är hos mamma. I'm with, in this case, I guess, I'm with my mom. All right? Everyone in the conversation know where she is and that she is stationary in that place. So they know you're not at her house, but you're where she is. I guess you can also use this with workplaces. For instance, it's connected to her person. So jag är hos mamma could also be I'm at her workplace, if the context says as much. So if you're phoning your siblings or whatever, you say jag är hos mamma, and they all know she is at work. So if she is, they know you are there. All right? So it's something, a place tied to a person when you are there and the person is there as well, most of the times at least, then we use hus. We can also use this for other animate objects like animals. For instance, if you're at the vet with a dog, you are hos hunden, hos honom. I'm with him. Jag är inte med. Jag är hos honom. So it's where the dog is. So you can see your uses this with hospitals and so on. And to further talk about that, you can say jag är hos doktorn. I'm at the doctor's or the doctor's office. Jag är hos doktorn, because that place is connected to that person, the whole place, right? That revolves around that person. So it's even if the doctor doesn't live there, it's the workplace of that doctor. So you can say hos here. I hope you get it. But as you can see, it's a bit more abstract. Although it's about being in a place, it's a bit more abstract than vid or vi. D gets dropped a lot here. Vid is used when you are physically in the proximity of something. And that's it. So, jag är vid bilen. I'm close to the car or by the car. I'm standing. I lean. I'm not in the car. I'm leaning against the car. So, you are vid bilen there. And the same goes for anything that you are close to. And in English, you use several prepositions for this. You can be at or by or whatever. Close by. So we use vid here. If you are very close to an object, it doesn't matter what. However, we wouldn't use this with a person. I guess in this case we would use med, which means with. Med also ends on a D, so the D gets dropped basically all the time, just like vid. So you're with someone, jag är med honom. Or it means you can't be vid. It sounds like, when I say vid, it sounds like it's an object, not a person. All right, so I hope that this short video could clear things up. This is especially important for Germans because they say bei a lot. Bei means everything, all of this. but in Swedish, whose is not used. Like my son uses whose a lot when talking about also himself, like when something happens to him, or like something happened to that person, but with me it's something blah blah blah. Then he uses whose as well, whose may, but it sounds like it's at my home and not not my body. There's a cut. But he says whose and then a name of a store, which in this case in Swedish we would use på, and at in English it's like something entirely, something else entirely. So there you go. Whose is very specific how you use it, and that's why I thought this would be interesting for you to learn about. Okay, that's all. Ha det bra. Puss och kram. Hej då.